They are also present in the salivary ducts, pancreatic ducts, DCT. DCT is the distal convoluted tubule, again similar type of structure which is found in the nephron. PCT is proximal convoluted structure. These are the structures which you have covered already in the 10th class in the life processes topic. And choroid is found in the eye. Iris, ciliary body are found in the eyes. Sweat gland, ducts, these are the structures where you will easily find cuboidal epithelium. It is also its function is to provide protection, secretion, excretion, absorption, as well as the gamete formation, also mentioned as gametogenesis. Microvilli are for increasing the surface area. I hope this diagram is clear to you. Remember, every time you draw epithelial tissue, there should be a basement membrane below. Next one is the columnar epithelium. So the cells of this epithelium look like column because they are like pillar, or they are tall enough compared to their width. So they are tall column-like cells, and their nuclei are also elongated. So you can see nucleus is also tall in the same manner, or you can say sidewise compressed type of nuclei, and then they lie towards the base. So here they are in the center, here they are in the center. In this case they are much closer to the base nucleus, and some of these cells are modified into mucus secreting goblet cells. So these cells will develop a cup-shaped structure and secrete mucus inside, and such single cell glands, example is goblet cell. Goblet cell is an example of single cell gland. Some of them may also carry microvilli to increase surface area, and then they are present in the gut. When we say gut, that means basically from stomach to the anus. And they are found even in the Eustachian tube. Eustachian tube is present in your eye, in your ear, which joins the middle ear with your buccal cavity or the oral cavity. And their function is to perform absorption or secretion of mucus or enzymes, and as well as protection. So simple epithelium is of how many types? 3 main types we have learned. We'll be learning more on the next page. So 3 types so far we have covered are squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, and the next one is the ciliated. Now if cilia is also present in the epithelium, and if it is a simple epithelium, means a single layer, then it is called as simple ciliated epithelium, and cilia will be always on the free surface. Remember that, not the basal surface, free surface. Now this simple ciliated epithelium can be of 2 types according to the shape of the cell. If it is a cube shaped cells, then it is called as ciliated cuboidal epithelium, and if it is columnar cells with cilia on the free surface, it is called as ciliated columnar epithelium. Remember that ciliated cuboidal epithelium and ciliated columnar epithelium, they are involved in protection, movement of the mucus, movement of the urine, egg means the female gamete, cerebrospinal fluid in a particular direction. Now let's understand this concept. Don't worry about this the shape of the cell. The main thing is cilia. Whenever cilia is there in your 9th class as well as in the 11th class, already you have covered. The function of cilia is to cause movement. Now imagine if there is an egg present here, and imagine that there is a fallopian tube. So fallopian tube will also carry cilia. So the egg has to be shifted from the fallopian tube and then move towards the uterus for implantation, if in case fertilization has taken place. Or imagine if there is a dirt particle in your respiratory tract. So in that case also, this dirt particle along with mucus has to be moved closer to your mouth so that you may spit it out. So that means that cilia helps in movement of mucus or even urine also in the uriniferous tubules, and even in the case of the egg. And now this fluid is found means brain, spinal means spinal cord. So brain has some cavities which will be dealt in detail in the nervous chapter or the last chapters of human physiology. So brain has cavities which are called ventricles, and spinal cord has a cavity called as neural canal. So these cavities carry fluid which is collectively called as cerebrospinal fluid. Now this fluid is supposed to be moved because brain is not in direct contact with the bloodstream. So the oxygen has to reach brain, carbon dioxide has to be taken away, the nutrition should reach brain, and excretory portion or waste material should be removed away. So this happens with the help of movement of cerebrospinal fluid, and this fluid moves with the help of ependymal cells. So there are cells which are part of nervous tissue. These cells cover the cavities which carry the cerebrospinal fluid. And when these cavities carrying fluid move, so why this fluid is moving? Because the cilia which are part of ependymal cells move. Then when the cilia move, the fluid also is going to move. So ependymal cells are example of ciliated cuboidal epithelium. Then the columnar, fallopian tube, respiratory tract, they carry the columnar type of ciliated epithelium. Function we have already covered. Now the last type of simple epithelium is pseudostratified. Now pseudo stands for false. So it gives you a wrong impression. And the impression is but that it is stratified. Stratified means multi-layered or more than one layer. So it appears to be two-layered, and why it appears to be two-layered is because some of the cells are shorter than the other cells. So in these diagrams you can easily see some cells are tall but some cells in between are short. So when you don't pay much attention through the microscope, it may look like two layers are there, but reality is it is a single layer of tall cells and short cells.